Watch as I make this. I combine another tray and a sugar skull. Let's have some fun. Howdy everyone. Okay, so I've got another tray and another sugar skull. This one has a little rose cut out on the top and a couple other designs going around it. So I thought I would have fun a little bit differently. The last one I did was very light as far as the sugar skull, some hints of color, and then a lot of drama on the bottom as far as real rich colors. So this time I thought I'd kind of flip it, but not exactly. So the plan is to do some really deep reds, violets, very, very vibrant colors here. And then down here, I thought we'd have a metallic fest. So I've pretty much gotten out all my metallic alcohol inks and plus some resin art alcohol inks that I've made up in these little guys. So if you can see that little shimmer there, that ought to be real interesting. So I've thrown in a couple reds and violet metallics as well as the golds and stuff. So hopefully this works out pretty well. So here we go. So the first thing I'm going to do here is get a little alcohol on a cloth and clean it up just to make sure surface is nice for us. And then hopefully this time I won't put too much alcohol in the beginning. So let's give it a shot. Of course, knowing me, I'll go from one extreme to the other. Not put enough. Okay, I think that might do. All right, now I am literally gonna load it up with some metallics. All right, so I've got both the Pinata Gold as well as the Ranger Gold and some silver. Hey, silver and gold. But we're doing it for Halloween, so we'll get a direct comparison of the golds. This is not coming out very much. All right, let me give this a good shake. Does the Ranger have the ball in there? Yep, there's a ball in that one. Oh dear. Maybe I haven't used the Ranger Gold yet. I'm not hearing the ball. Oh, wait a minute, there's a ball. Okay, let's see how this looks. Oh yeah, a lot better. Of course, it's a little harder to get out, but okay. So I think it thickened up in the nozzle. That made a splatter mess. Okay. So if you're working with alcohols, don't put on your favorite shirt because you're probably going to make a mess. And I bet I have alcohol ink all over my shirt. All right, so this is the resin art. I think this was the mystery gold she had there for a little bit. And then I'm gonna have to look up this color. But at the end of my video, I'll put the colors that I'm using in it. So I usually put about a quarter to a third of the resin art powders with the alcohol, and that seems to make a really good solution there. That's look rather interesting there. All right, let me do a little bit of the this purple. All right, put these to the side. All right, I'm gonna do my normal, give it a little bit of a tilt. Add some heat to it. As you can see, it's kind of a mauve-y color. Some of the metallics wants to come to the surface and almost give a hammered type of a look to it, like hammered metal. I may go and add some more metallics to the end of this. So we'll see how this goes. Okay, I'm gonna keep working on this. Yeah, definitely. This is a tricky one. I haven't done before, so it's hard to gauge when to stop and when not to stop. I'm gonna kind of go with my gut. So the top piece, I'm gonna have very rich dark reds and dark purples and black. So with this being a muted tone in the background, I'm hoping that's enough of a contrast. So I'm going to continue working with the silvers and golds and add little bits of color in here because I think I like the fact that it's a nice, almost kind of a pink gold, rose gold kind of a look to it. So we're just going to keep going. I think this is one of those times where it's okay to work with a lot of the metallics because of the other colors that are going on the other layer. All right, let's do a little bit of this one. Whoops. Okay. Now, if you notice, I went way up on the sides. The previous piece that I did with the other sugar skull, I didn't go up on the sides enough and ended up having to do that at the end. So I just wanted to knock that out in the beginning of this. It makes it easier. I can simply just add some alcohol to a paper towel and wipe off the edges by having it here and just rotating it around very easily. So this stuff cleans up super easy. But I'm gonna leave it here for now. Let me bring you in for a close-up. This is giving a really interesting type of a look to it. It almost seemed like it wanted to create a metallic foil. And that's where you saw me sticking my fingers in there, kind of breaking up some big sheets. So even though this kind of looks like a big old mess right now, it's more of a background. So keep that in mind. It's a nice metallic or something going on top like that. So a lot of it's going to be covered up. Now, I'm going to leave this for now because I want to work with that guy. And depending on how that guy goes, will determine whether or not I add something or treat this a little bit differently. So I have a thought in my head. This is kind of not going the direction of my thought. I wanted to do metallic-y. Maybe adding the reds and stuff and the purples was not a great idea. I don't know. We'll have to see how it works out. So let me set up the sugar skull and get back to the rest of it. Okay, got this set up. Got my range of reds, a little bit of purple in there. And I might hit it with this purple that I used in the tray just to add some connection, cohesiveness to it. So I'm gonna get started with this. And like I said, I wanted a real rich, vibrant reds, and primarily reds with hints of violet. So I am gonna use my little jars here with alcohol to help put the alcohol on, mainly because of all the little holes. Makes it a little difficult to use the big spray bottle. That way I'm not wasting a lot, or at least I hope not. Okay, let's get started. So I'm gonna put the colors at the end of this video of all the colors I use, because sometimes I get colors out and I don't use them. Get in the mode of, yeah, this will look good, this will look good, and change my mind on that one, you know, things like that. Hopefully it don't make too much of a mess underneath, but we're gonna see how this goes. It's just a matter of layering up colors. I thought it'd be fun to play with the reds, mainly because of the rose up at the top. That's what started this. just gonna keep on moving the reds over. After I get enough color on here, I can add some alcohol and use a brush and kind of manipulate it around a bit. Until I'm happy with it. Let's see. I'm trying to keep track of what I'm using, but it's a little hard. We are making a serious mess. But sometimes that's a lot of fun. Hey, Jimmer.
Busy.
I'm busy making a mess.
What's that?
Nothing.
Oh, I thought you said, hey, Jimmer.
Oh, hey, Jimmer. So just a heads up, I'm recording and you're on the camera.
Okay.
Not that I have a problem with that. You could say whatever you want.
Oh. I'm about to head to the gym.
You are.
Yeah.
Have fun at the gym, Jim. Sorry.
Okay.
I just can't help myself. All right. All right, now I'm going to try and just make these colors a little richer. This is some of the red I was using in the tray. Okay, I'm definitely gonna have to let this thing thoroughly dry out. Because these are gonna be saturated. All right, that one is done. Let's see. Okay, I think what we're gonna do is darken this up quite a bit. We might build up some contrast. Yeah, definitely. As I'm seeing the tray in the background, and I need to have some kind of contrast because we're going too close and it'll get lost. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. Okay, sorry, I got a delivery and we have lots of notifications set up. So the dogs are one set and then the phone's another set, and then, so yeah, chaos. So it gave me a chance to fill up my alcohol a little bit while waiting for all that to simmer down. You're all right, Joe. All right. Put the red a little bit on that. All right, I'm liking how the contrast is going. I didn't want just straight black. I wanted to have the variations with the red and the purple showing through. So it's going the direction I want because I want to have contrast and the lighter background, meaning the tray, so that way it separates the two. Because if you don't have it, it kind of gets together and they kind of blend. So we don't want that. All right, let me just start. More dark on this side, and then I'll start manipulating the colors as far as a little bit of alcohol ink and stuff, and I think we will be good. A little bit more there. Alright, so now I'm just going to add a little bit of alcohol to try to... Sorry, put it on high there for a second. That's not doing exactly what I was hoping. A little bit lighter. trying to do is not give it a look like I've just painted the whole thing black. I've actually got some worn colors in here. Something that looks like it's been worked on for quite some time. So that's why working with the alcohol and layers helps. Almost 1 minute. All right. I'll bring you in. And I'm gonna dry it off and then I'll kind of hover it over top of the other piece. But you're gonna have to wait a little bit because this sucker is wet. So you see how they got really, really dark? And also adding the extra alcohol did a couple things. One, it gave more interesting details in here. The other thing is it also pulled the color down and colored up the edges as well. So you didn't have the stark white edges, and that helps a lot. And I'll have to check it from the other side to make sure. See, there's a little bit of stark white there, and that makes that disappear a little bit. So I think that might be a little bit more contrasty for that. So that might be good. All right, well, let's let this dry and then I'll pick it up in a minute. Okay, so I kind of looked at this with the skull and I think I have a plan now. It's not quite how I want it, but it's a good start. All right, here's my other tray here. And if you notice when I did my resin layer, I added some shimmer to it and I also added some white. So what I'm going to do is basically this kind of thing, but I'm just going to go for it, add a lot more gold, silver with the resin and some shimmer and just bling this up pretty good. Okay, now what that's going to do is when I get the resin all done, and let it sit for a little bit, not a lot, then I'm going to place this guy in it. So it's going to be really blingy with the gold and the silver. And see, it's got some contrast right now, but that gold and silver is really going to bring up the contrast quite a bit. So I think that'll work rather well. So we're getting there. Not quite there yet, but we are getting there. And so I'm happy. So of course you can tell it's not completely dry. I have to put that bugger over to the side for quite some time. Anyway, but I couldn't wait. So that's one thing I would encourage you to do is when you're working with a couple different elements to make sure there is some type of contrast. And when you do that, things pop a little bit more. And see, just even this having some distance, this has a little bit of lighter tone to it than this does. So it does make this thing, this skull pop a little bit more. Now, if I put the white over top, the white will probably do just fine. I got to be super careful because I got dirty fingers. See, the white will have a lot of contrast. But the dark gets tricky, especially when you deal with dark and medium tones. Like, I would consider this a medium tone. So that's how I'm going to solve that problem. I'm going to really play with the silvers and the golds and a lot of bling glitter. And that bling is going to help create that contrast that this guy needs. So go back through it. So I'll have a coat of resin. I'll set this guy in it. It'll stick in the resin because the resin will act like a glue. And then when that is set, then I can put a final coat over top of it. Hopefully I can get away with this with 2 coats. I might do a couple little light bits of ribbon of a metallic over it, very, very fine, to add a little extra dimension to it. I don't know, that's the plan. But that's for the next video. So I will see you then. So hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, but please hit the bell so that way you can get notified when I put up part 2 on this. So see you later. Bye.